Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Today we'll be talking about Inzoi cooking and everything that has to do with that. Let's go ahead and break it down. So here we have brand new gameplay of Inzoi cooking and food. I'm gonna break it down as it plays and then as you're watching it too, and then we'll do some feedback afterwards. So you're seeing she's going in to get some food to pick and cook. She is starting with a salad. Now this here is very interesting. You want to watch how seamless it is. So you're seeing the process of having a person, one of your Zoids, cook. So she's kind of starting her meal. She made salad. Now they're going to show her deciding to make pancakes. She will go in the fridge. They will get the batter and start to make it and start to stir it around. You see there, that's the batter being stirred. Now you put it in your bowl, going to the stove, being ready to lay it on the skillet. And then here is what the pancakes would look like. Pretty good. I mean, the food looks amazing. Another option that you see, there are some things blocked off, and we will get to that later. Now, as you see here, you can pick the salmon steak, for example. That is on your level. You go into the fridge. Once again, a process. You would get your veggies, everything together, like so. Go back over to the stove, do the animation with the cooking, and so forth and so forth. And then here is what your salmon would look like when it's completed. Now again, let's make some steak. This here is on your level. Let's make some steak. This should be very cool. You're gonna go in the fridge, get your steak here. You are now gonna walk out to your patio area, and you're now going to grill your steak. These animations are incredible. Inzoi is really giving it to us here. And here's the final version, a full-on grilled steak meal. And now you will go sit down at the table and enjoy your steak like so. Very good. I'll break down this part more in detail later, but this here is gameplay of cooking. How it would start, how it would end, what's the process. This is the first time we've seen a full-on process cooked besides some playtests. Very interesting. And then here, a little quick snippet of now your Zoi at the sink washing her dishes. The head dev did put out some notes with the gameplay. Now let's break those down now. Now, see, when I was reading this, it was very curious. Now, let's just see the main bullet points. You can buy the ingredients needed to prepare a variety of dishes. Cooking different menus involve more steps than you might expect. I like that. So that means it's going to be a real process here where you're going to be cooking. Like, it's an actual... Like, it's not going to be this little thing where, okay, I'm just going to do a 2-second little cook animation. No, you will have to take out time of your day to cook. It's like, it's really going to be a life sim to the core here, where to make a full-on family dinner, it's going to be steps. It's going to, as if you were a parent now or just after work and like that, you plan out your meal that you're going to make, and it takes some time. It's going to be the same way in Inzoi here. The deep level of life sim we're getting on another level, and I cannot wait. They mentioned this part is a work in progress. It says that different foods will have unique effects on your Zoi after they eat them. So again, I guess after you have a big meal, you might feel a bit lazy and sleepy, or if you only have maybe a very light food, you might feel energized, or maybe you won't feel satisfied and have to eat again. So that will all depend. And then does that affect the weight of your Zoi? So these are all different little things now that I'm trying to think about and break down as we look at his notes. Now he also says your Zoi uses specialized utensils for different types of food. Well, of course, that makes sense. But again, it just won't be one single animation. It just won't be this little, I'm going to walk here and make the thing and go by and here we go again. No, it's really going to be a serious, detailed life sim when it comes to cooking. So my advice would be this. If you're going to be someone that likes to cook in the game, and clearly in order to survive, you got to eat, but there'll be some that really like to cook and do all the steps, and there's going to be a point level system. You can't cook certain things right away. So it's very intriguing on that point. So again, if you want to really dive into that, you're going to have to make sure you take out time to cook in the game, because it's going to be a lot more steps, as he said, than you think. And that's a great thing. And he says here, last but not least, also a work in progress. He is right. The food does look great. It looks beautiful. The pancakes, the steak. I mean, they're making every part of the game so damn appealing. I don't even know where other games are gonna go. Inzoi is pretty much goated even before they go in early access. That's so rare to be goated before you go to early access. Like, as long as the game is optimized right, it's gonna be a hit. As long as they optimize it right, it's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be a fire, it's gonna be a hit. This game is gonna be such a big thing. It's gonna be crazy. Like, just with the food looks so good. So yeah, I think we're in for a treat here. Here is a detailed look at the food process and where you would be at level 1. You're able to make salad, pancakes, a English breakfast, and there's other different things there that you can make. Now again, the reason why I do this is because sometimes the gameplay can go so fast, you miss these little keys here. So now seeing them again is key. You will have to cook in order to make other dishes. You just won't be able to make everything, which I think is good. It's going to make people want to cook and want to reach the max level so they can make everything. It's a very smart way to keep people involved in the game. I'm going to make sure that you have a point system, a level system for cooking. And he is so right. The food does look great. Salad, pancakes, English breakfast. Here we have an additional slide here, and now I'm going to take you through slowly the process of cooking based on what they've shown in the brand new gameplay. You see here, at your level currently 1, you'll be able to make salmon, steak, and things of this nature. So you would go to your fridge. These options would come open to you. You would now say, okay, I have the salmon steak. You must have the ingredients in your home in order to make this as well. So now you have the salmon steak. Now, again, I hope that can be tweaked a bit, because like, do you have to go to the store, then come back? Maybe so. I mean, that is life, real life, and this is a life sim. But again, so if that was the case, so be it. You have the salmon steak. You would pick your dish. You would go with that. And you see here the other ones that would be available to you at the given time. Now, here is your salmon steak once you have grabbed it out of the fridge. And let's just talk about the whole surrounding for a moment. You see, they will have cool type of electronics in the game to make your home look very modernized. So like, this fridge has basically a app-based system like most modern age. Some do have that. So again, you have that. You have the pots and everything looks very clean, slick. The game just naturally looks good. And then you have your piece of salmon steak, they call it. I just always call it a piece of salmon, but it is what it is. And you see here you have your Zoi. This is the Zoi that they created here for the gameplay showcase. So here is how your salmon steak would look with all the detail up close. You now can see here, you are preparing your veggies, your tomatoes, it looks like, in other different type of green type of veggies that you would normally do. I'm sure we all have been at the table there and had to cut things up to prepare our meal so they have enough seasoning and taste. This here is what it would look like in the game. And I think, again, let's take a look at the stuff surrounding us. We also have the appliances. We have a beautiful stove. We have the part of the sink, this beautiful, very like chromed out countertop and a gray. You have the backdrop of your open windows. A very beautiful scene here. A very Americanized, modernized, I guess is a better word. You are now seeing the final step. The only step you did not see is I didn't get a screenshot of you over at the stove, which I think was not that big of a deal if I didn't have that or not. Here is what your salmon will look like when it's finally done. I think it is a great, great, great food look. You have your veggies, you have your salmon steak, you have your 2 lemon wedges there to add a little zest on top of your salmon there. I think you also see the background of the home, very open-ended, nice. You also have an espresso maker right there. You have your beautiful home steps. You see some nice decor in the background. You also see some nice furniture. A very open, wide, beautiful home. So here's another process that you would have, and it'd be making steak. This here would be the first step. You would go to the fridge. You would start to get the things that you want to maybe make. You would have options: cake, pizza, dumplings, steak, fried chicken. For this one, they pick steak. Again, as more you cook, you'll get a higher level, and you can make even more things. I think that's why they're encouraging such a replayability here, because they're encouraging you to go find things. They're encouraging you to level up, make more food, make more steak, make other cool dishes. That's how they will keep you involved. And I think it's a smart way to go about it. Now, this is your Zoi after they go and get the raw meat out of the fridge that they, I guess, have been there for a little bit, you know, just defrosting, whatever, getting tender, whatever. Now, here's what it looks like. Again, I like how realistic all the food looks. I think that's really good. I think that's very smart. You don't want it to look not real. This game, I think its biggest, well, not its biggest, but I think one of its top selling points is how real it looks. So if you're not going to look real, what's the point, right? So I think it was monumental that they decided to do this look for the food. And you can tell they put a lot of time into it. This looks amazing. They put a lot of time into this, and I'm very, very, very impressed by what they've done. Now, here you have the final version of what it would look like. Well, not final version, but here's the version when you are having a steak cooked. Everything looks good. You are going through the process of cooking the steak. It is now on the grill. It is being flame broiled, whatever you want to call it. This is how it's done. I think it's very important to point out, again, just the background. They're outside on their patio by their other kitchen little station here that they can use once they're done with the cooking, if they have to cut it up. So again, this is really just a really impressive, a really great way to showcase the cooking. And here is your food. This is what your food would like when you're all done. Your steak, your carrots and everything else. And I think those look like either French fries, or some may call them chips, or some may call them, I guess, potato wedges, I guess. So yeah, you have your full-on meal here. Looks very good. The food looks great. I must give Inzoi credit. The food looks great. It really does. They really made sure to get it done. I gotta admit, the food looks good. I'm very impressed with what they've done with the food, and I'm glad the dev mentioned that, because you can see that's probably a sense of pride for them, as it should be. As it should be. And I think we're showing all the steps here. That's very important. So you see everything as far as a deep dive breakdown on what to expect. Now, this is the final situation when you are at the table eating with the fork. It looks very realistic. It looks really good. Again, you literally go through the whole process of starting at the fridge. You have to pick something that you want to eat. You then have to cut up the veggies or cut up the meat, go to the stove with it, or to the grill with it. You will then cook it, prepare it, all that, put on a plate, and go sit and eat. So they're truly making this a life sim. Everything's going to feel very like as if you were already living your regular life. I think that is what will breed the way to keep playing. That's the way they're going to think of it, the way to keep us playing. And I think that's one of the best ways to do it. Make it this immersive. Now, I did want to show the eating food part again, which I think it needs to be fixed. I think watching this is a bit concerning. It's like almost like they're eating air. So it is important they fix that. And I'm sure in the comments they have mentioned that. I just don't think it's enough there when it comes to the eating part. Now, again, maybe for when you're eating other foods, it looks different. But just from seeing this animation here, they gotta do better. Yeah, they have to do better than that. That when I first saw it, it looked bad. I mean, as far as just, you have to be able to make sure that there's some piece of meat on the fork. Like, you don't want it to make it seem like they're eating invisible meat. You know what I'm saying? Like ghost meats where like it's not really there on the fork. So that'd be a bit odd and a bit strange. So yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. So that's my only pet peeve. They need to at least get the food on the fork and make it appear like they're actually eating or biting into something. Because if they don't, this part of the process will lack a great feel to it, because it's gonna be like, well, I'm just gonna eat air. So that definitely needs to be corrected for sure. Now, I just wanted to run back the gameplay again for everyone, so it's always fresh in your mind based on what we talked about. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the next one. Take care and have a great one, and enjoy this new gameplay loop as it goes. Everyone take care.